Over 150 years ago, a few godly people had a dream of planting gospel seeds in the Crystal Lake area that would take root and grow into a ministry that would become, one day, a city on a hill, touching hearts and transforming lives for all of eternity. Those saints began meeting in homes and eventually scraped up enough funds to build a school and then a church. God richly blessed those efforts over the years, and Emmanuel Lutheran Church and School became a place where people would gather to be filled with the light of Christ. Then they would go out to shine that light into the community. Well, since those early days, God has continued to bless this ministry with ever more opportunities to reach a growing number of people. As these opportunities grew and the number of people transformed increased, the facilities needed to do this ministry also needed to be increased. And so God blessed Emmanuel with an incredible 64-acre campus right here in the heart of Crystal Lake. And 15 years ago, we were able to take the monumental step to relocate to our current beautiful facility. We had new opportunities, and you heard the challenge. You stepped out in faith, and God blessed it. I think how difficult it must have been for many of you to make a decision to leave the place of your children's baptism and confirmation and come into this new space that was so different from what you had ever experienced. When I consider those moments, I want to grasp the heels of God and say, "Do it again, Lord, do it again."
We have a beautiful campus, but we do have challenges with our space because we are utilizing one building for two entities, if you will, the school and the church.
It's hard for our students. We are constantly on the move, and we are moving materials back and forth.
Like moving chairs, constantly moving chairs in and out of the commons area just so that we can have a space for our children or for our worship or for our events.
Sharing space for funerals, for different functions during the school day.
We are full pretty much every Sunday at 3 of our services.
We are excitedly welcoming a lot of children into our Sunday school program. That being said, we're kind of busting at the seams.
Outdoor worship is really fun and amazing, but taking all of our equipment outside every single week is difficult.
I think of Christmas and Easter when we have so many people here. Wouldn't it be great if we could have everyone together in one service?
So we're going to expand our facilities. We want to build a dedicated sanctuary that will hold all of the people that come, a space that is set aside for when we come together to worship the Lord. But it's so much more than that.
The church is the people. We don't just stay inside our walls. We go out into the world, and just by what we do and what we say and how we live, we show the love and light of Christ. And so just being able to have more people come in just means more people can be sent out.
So what is our vision for this expansion campaign? There's really some really exciting elements. The first being a large dedicated sanctuary that will seat over 600 people and have flexible space to enable multiple kinds of worship opportunities. Dedicated best-in-class areas that will accommodate our praise team, school choirs, and other musicians. The second is a very unique fellowship hall area, narthex area, with flexibility for over 400. And the third really exciting, unique element of this program is an area that will allow indoor and outdoor worship to provide expanded worship on Sunday mornings and really enable us to grow the number of people all worshiping together in person.
I see Emmanuel as a place that gives light to Crystal Lake. We're in the food pantry, we are in Tijuana, we are all over, but it all starts here.
We're sharing the light of Jesus as we walk through this community. We serve one another, we pray for one another, we walk alongside one another.
What sets apart the people here at Emmanuel is that they don't just think about themselves. They always think about the community, and they think about what might happen if people know Jesus as they already do. So I envision the entire space being used frequently, just like our space is today. But we'll be able to do things we can't do here. We will attract people from the community. We'll be a venue, truly a destination for people to come to do the things that they might have traveled miles and miles to do before. They can do it right here in the center of Crystal Lake.
I'm excited for the opportunity. I think it's a time that we can grow. We can grow our school, we can grow our church, and have an opportunity to do more things and to reach more people.
Many of you were with me when we put those initial stones out in the property here. As we were thinking about the vision of both school and sanctuary, we've now filled the school. It's the next phase to implement that vision of building that sanctuary and continuing our journey to really return to God in so many ways what He's blessed us with.
So while this is a big process and this is a lot to ask, I implore all of you to pray and ask for God's grace and guidance in this entire process.
I think as people of God, we are called to faith. So most things that we do that really make a difference are scary and push us beyond where we think we can go on our own. And taking that leap of faith is what not only helps our church grow, but it's going to help you grow too.
Over 150 years ago, there were people just like us, dressed a little bit differently, but with all the same needs and all the same loves. And they took a chance that giving money to build a sanctuary, to build a church, would make a difference in the lives, not just for them and their family, but for future generations. And now we're wearing those shoes. I think we are the people that need to step up and make that happen in this community.
And so, it is time. It is time to step through the door of opportunity. It's time to walk through that door and use the resources God has given and rely on His power to enlarge His territory. It's time to commit to the mission and vision that God has given us, under our roof and beyond our walls. You also, like living stones, are being built into a spiritual house to be a holy priesthood, offering spiritual sacrifices acceptable to God through Jesus Christ.